I greatly appreciate being here and extend my thanks to all the staff and students for the warm welcome and invitation tonight. I'm truly grateful, humbled, and honored to be here tonight to celebrate this class of 2024 and this important milestone. It means so much to me to have this opportunity to share a few words of reflection and perspective on life as someone who sat on this very stage 16 years ago, which I cannot believe it's been that long already. There's always something near and dear to being where you grew up, where your hometown roots are, and the community and the school that develops us personally and professionally. While life can take you in many directions, I'm blessed to still live here where I grew up, in Wyoming County, just down 98, surrounded by family, and proud to run a family business here in Western New York. I've always had a passion for family, for leadership development, bringing the best out in others, and I feel I have a distinct honor and responsibility doing that in my career today, each and every day, which has made my journey that much more meaningful and rewarding. The journey thus far is one that I'm extremely proud of, and I reflect on the fact that it really started here in my high school days, in the college, and then again at college at Fisher, where I chose my path and laid my foundation of who I am. Since I only have a limited amount of time tonight, I want to make the most out of my message and speak right to the class here, focusing on this monumental and pivotal time in your life. Those that know me know that I usually don't like to talk about myself, but when I had the opportunity to speak doing something that I love, which is I manage people every day, and I look at myself as being an advisor, a coach, a motivator, and in doing that for the last several years, I have found that there's a lot of things I'd love to share to this class and to everyone here. To each and every one of you here behind me, there's a lot of stories I could tell, and I know that you all would love to share them and will over the next several weeks. So many people and things to reminisce about. There's several accomplishments and challenges I could list for you. So many cliche sayings or quotes that I could list off. But as I prepared the last several weeks, what I truly found was the best place for me to reflect on is go back to sitting in the chairs that you're sitting in over here. 16 years ago, what was I feeling and what was my mindset at the time? And it was quite a process to actually sit back and think about it. You don't do that every day. So when I sat back and I said, well, what was my mindset? There's a lot of feelings on a night like tonight, and none of them are right or wrong. Some of you are optimistic. Some of you are excited, anticipating new adventures and opportunities, and the independence and the freedom that comes as being a young adult. Some of you are proud, listing off your accomplishments of your hard work, your dedication, and everything you've achieved thus far. Some of you are sad, saying goodbye to a chapter of familiar people, routines, familiar place. That's always something that can be heavy on the heart. Some of you are especially grateful, and you're taking time to recognize the guidance you've received from family, friends, teachers, and mentors. They've paved your way for this special moment. Some of you are feeling nostalgic, playing out in your head all the moments and the memories, the friendships, the ups, the downs, and the lessons. Some of you might feel unsure or insecure with a sense of regret of something you wish you would have done. Lastly, some of you, and mostly all of you, whether you want to admit it or not in the moment, are nervous with a sense of uncertainty of what's next. The challenges that lie ahead, it's an overwhelming thing to think about transition. You're being asked so many questions by others, and you're asking yourself a lot of those same questions. What's next? What are you going to do? Where are you going to go to school? What are you going to major in? Where are you going to work? Where are you going to live? What are you going to do this or that? And they're all big questions. And you know, if you're sitting back and you're thinking all those right now, and you're feeling one, some, or all of these feelings that I've mentioned, you've passed this first test. And I can say that this chapter is nothing but successful, because what it's all about is you've experienced, you've learned, and you've grown. You've gotten to know who you are and who you want to be. You've discovered what you're good at and not so good at. You found out what motivates you and interests you. You've made decisions on your own, some good, some bad, and above all, You've made that big step forward, being an independent person. That's what that first chapter is really all about, and you've all succeeded at that. And you will do so in every chapter beyond this. The better the ability you have to harness and channel your everyday feelings and tie it to your passions, your talents, your routines, your relationships, your choices, and primarily your mindset, that's when you'll unleash your true potential and become the best version of yourself. What I'd like to pose to all of you graduating tonight is to focus a lot less on the what's, where's, and when's. And I'd like you to focus on the how's and the who. First, with the how, focus on your mindset. Everyone always mentions mindset, and I've always thought it was an underrated thing. Instead, think about where you're at as a high school graduate and what your mindset is today and what you need to improve it. Going forward, it's going to be a work in progress the rest of your life. Just ask your parents and teachers. Your mindset is your toolbox for life. That approach is going to be how you answer all those questions and how you prepare yourself for the long haul. To develop that strong mindset, for me, I personally believe in having a personal code of sorts that ties to what you value most, and that's different for everyone. For me, my personal code has been three things in particular. Three things that I actually wrote down when I was doing a leadership retreat right after I graduated, right before college. And I've stuck to them ever since. The first out of the three is positivity. Because let's face it, life isn't easy. We're surrounded by negativity every day. And there's a lot that can bring you down. Letting what's around you consume you doesn't help you focus on what's important. And it doesn't help you stay on track with your goals. Remember, ships don't sink because of the water around them. They sink because of the water that gets in them. And you have control over that how your energy and time is spent. So make it positive and productive when you can. And start each day being grateful. It's a good place to start. And it'll give you a competitive advantage every time. Number two was self-discipline. Because to reach success in any job, career, there's an acceptance that there's always going to be sacrifice and trade-offs with what you choose. And you want to be able to live with it. But to stay self-disciplined and develop habits and behaviors will be the thing that takes you forward. It's the small things that compound over time. So stay dedicated and persevere even when it's most difficult, and hold yourself accountable at all costs. And third is consistency. For me, it's been something that is most important because I think these days it's rare people stick with anything. For me, there's a lot of, consistency shows that you are dedicated to what you want to do, and consistent effort at anything puts you ahead of the rest every single time, and you'll never go unrecognized. So whichever path you choose, be consistent and stick to it. Lastly, there's one more piece to the puzzle. And I had mentioned the who, the how, and the other part is the who. And that is what's most near and dear to everyone here, which is it's your people. It's your circle. The people here in the audience that are here for you. Forgive me, I might choke up here. Parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, teachers, mentors, and your friends. And everyone you're sitting next to on the stage. They're your loved ones, your biggest fans, your support system. And they're your source of unconditional love, support, guidance, and wisdom that have contributed to who you are today and what you've achieved tonight. So please always recognize and thank them because they're sharing the success with you tonight. And they will be by your side as you go into the world and do whatever you do. So remember, whoever it is, cherish those relationships and keep in mind for all seasons of life that you can't do it alone. Got to pause here because I got to take a moment to thank two people in particular on that note of your people. Whether it's tonight, as the graduates have their family in this room, I have two people. Sorry. My mom and dad passed down the crying duty to me. I want to express the immense gratitude in my heart for them, for the unwavering love and support of them. They've taught me the value of hard work, integrity, and kindness. They've sacrificed so much for me, through good and bad. And tonight I owe them everything. Thank you for believing in me, supporting me, loving me without question. Every achievement I had in high school, when I was on the stage last, to college, and throughout my business career so far, and everything ahead is your success too. So, to all you on the stage, remember your parents are going to be there, your family's going to be there, everyone in this room is going to be there for every part of your life, whether it's now, a few years from now, or decades from now. So, remember they are going to be there to be the best version of yourself. Above all, what I want for you, and what everyone here wants for you, is for you to be happy. And as I've heard a few speeches tonight, happiness is one of those things that seems to be complicated, but it really isn't. And you've probably heard the saying, happiness is a journey, not a destination. It's so true. It's in the process, it's in your heart and mind. It's not defined by anyone else. If you look inward and look at yourself, you'll excel. Comparison is truly a thief of joy. And choosing what you want to do with your life is up to no one else but you. Our world weighs us down, making us believe in every direction we look that we should compare our lives, our jobs, and what we have to others. When really, we all have different stories. And there's no comparing apples to apples. Focus on your own lane, your own pace, your own race. The only comparison that means anything is looking yourself in the mirror and looking at the you of yesterday, last week, last month, or last year. And if you're on track trying to become the best version of yourself, you're doing the right thing. Work on those small wins and small improvements. Treat your life, personally and professionally, as a work in progress, and put your best foot forward. Lean on the people around you and stay mentally strong, believing in yourself. That's the type of progress that no matter where you go in life, just like me waking up this morning thinking about things 16 years later, I'm still amazed at the journey I had and I still have ahead of me. So I promise you, if you embrace the how and who with how you approach your life's chapters, you'll find success, you'll be happy, and you'll overcome anything that comes your way. You'll end up where you're meant to be. Not because you'll always have answers or know what to do and have things go your way all the time, because that's not how life works. But because you're doing what you love, you're around people that you love and that love you back. And with the right mindset, you'll be unstoppable. Cheers to this class of 2024. Go do some great things. Write your next chapters. Make Attica, your family, and yourselves proud. I wish you the absolute best in life. Congratulations again. And thanks again for having me. God bless.